Remember Liz, the teenager who was attacked and repeatedly raped in June 2013? Her case sparked widespread outcry and protest after police ordered some of the alleged attackers to cut grass at the police compound as punishment. More than 1.3 million people signed a petition demanding for the prosecution of the attackers. In the Justice for Liz campaign yesterday, Busia Chief Magistrate Margaret Wambani sentenced 3 of the 6 teenagers accused of the gang rape to 22 years in prison. But is this really justice for Liz?
Tingolo Village, Butula, Busia County. Today, a headline in the Standard has undivided attention. Finally, justice for Liz, as teens jailed for rape. It reads, April the 13th, Busia Chief Magistrate Margaret Wambani sentenced 3 of the 6 teenagers accused of gang raping a then 16-year-old Liz to 22 years in prison, jail for 15 years in the first count of gang rape, and 7 years each in the second count for grievous harm. Godfrey Oduri, Liz's uncle, tells us that Liz and her family no longer live here. The scars, living in fear of the suspects, and the memories proved too much to bear.
Tungekuwa tumeshasika huyo mtoto kwa sababu tulikuwa tumeshindwa hata vile tunaweza tibu yeye.
It's not just him. The millions of people who rallied behind her welcome it. The civil society also lauded the sentence.
These boys deserved a more harsh sentence. One, after this crime, they ran away, and it has costed the people.
Liz's mother is happy with the outcome. Speaking to the press, she says, and I quote, "There were those who said that my daughter fabricated everything, and we even lived in fear of attacks from the suspects and their families. At least justice has been served." After the sentence, Wycliffe Okuta, lawyer for the accused, applied for a stay of the sentence pending the appeal. After the sentence, Wycliffe Okuta, lawyer for the accused, applied for a stay of the sentence pending the appeal. He says it's not fair.
The bar was raised too low, and the burden of proof shifted from the prosecution, who ought to have proved their case beyond any shadow of doubt, as expected in criminal trials.
The Director of Public Prosecutions, Keriako Tobika, now says the verdict was lenient and fails to reflect the nature and the gravity of the horrific circumstances under which the offenses were committed and the magnitude of the harm suffered by the victim. Liz's life will never be the same. She is still recovering, rebuilding her life even within the confine of a wheelchair. Justice, 2 years later, may seem delayed and others argue denied. But for Liz, at least it has come. Dorcas Wangira, KTN.